Step number 4 says, define your personal boundaries.
Yeah, personal boundaries. And this is huge because if you don't do this and you don't define your boundaries, then you're going to go work in a weird place. And I'm going to give you examples that are like crazy inappropriate, but they're true. And that's the point. Hopefully you learn on Thrive is you'll go, that was didn't feel good, but I want to help you because you can learn from my mistakes as opposed to learning from your own mistakes. You learn from mentors. So here's what happens. I'm DJing. I'm growing my DJ business, and I hadn't taken the time to define my boundaries. And a guy reaches out to me who owns a strip club. It's an adult club where women are naked and they're dancing for money. And he says, hey, I'll pay you $1,000 a week if you'll come DJ there. And I had never thought about it. So immediately I was like, well, it seems like it could pay well. But then I went back and I had to think. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I guess for my ethics, I'm not going to do that. So I turned the event down. But then kind of thinking about it, I was DJing at a lot of like bars and places that were promoting a lifestyle of clubs and drinking and partying. That I'm not coming down on you if you like to drink and have a good time. I'm just saying that didn't fit with my lifestyle. And I had never decided my boundaries. And so I was doing jobs already that were past that line of what I felt comfortable with. And so what you've got to understand is you can't take it with you. You can't take the money with you. Life's not a dress rehearsal. And there's no need to compromise your morals, your integrity, your ethics for a few dollars. And so you've got to define that. And so a lot of times you're working at a job, and a friend of mine, he recently got a job where he's actually traveling 7 days a week, most weeks. And then he gets 1 week off every couple months. So he's literally in a plane 7 days a week. He's got kids. I talked to him the other day. He's completely miserable. I'm going, he says, hey man, I got the big job and I was curious if you could maybe, if you're looking for an investor, because I'm trying to get out of this, I took a job and he's in an industry where the industry is a sin industry. All I can say is it's an industry that makes money off of impoverished people who pay money for temporary pleasure. That's all I'll give you. But they're paying money, and his job is to handle the electronic aspects of this, to manage the decoding of it. So our conversation went from 1, he's working 7 days a week, never seeing his wife, to 2, I was like, well, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I handle, and I'm going, you do what? And you see all of a sudden he's now he's working in an industry he feels bad about, and he's gone 7 days a week for what? So all I'm saying is make sure you define your boundaries. Be very, very specific in that.